Oi oi my drillers, it's Geezer Big Donny Cow here for a brand new video, and well, after my most recent video, where I discussed my Void Sphere Rending build, I saw a request for doing a quick little walkthrough or guide sort of style video. And I must say, thanks to all of you who've watched it. I don't normally do Path of Exile videos on this channel, so the support is greatly appreciated, and I do think I'm gonna carry on trying to do more PoE content as yeah, like you guys like it, I'll do it. Hell yeah. So, um today's video, I'm gonna try and talk you through like what I think what I understand to be the best sort of attributes to go to for this build. Um, of course, by no means am I the most experienced Path Exile player in the game. I've got a lot to learn. So, for those of you smarter out there with better suggestions, please do come forth and let me know. And for anyone who's a bit further behind than I am and want to try out this build, well, hopefully this will still give you enough information to just look at my build and be like, yeah, let's do it. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do first is show you my current character, and then I will go through what I intend to be adding to the character later on. So yeah, let's open up the path of building. Let's start with some talents, and then we will go from there. Boom! So, welcome to my path of building. This is the path of building for my current Void Sphere of Rending character. So, how did I sort of path this initially? Well, I started off by going north, went over towards the chaos stuff, because by the time I got there, I could use Void Sphere of Rending while leveling. Then I went down here, got some of these things, didn't get that until much later on. Then I went down, I skipped all the jewel nodes and just got all these life stuff, and as I could afford my jewels, then I went and picked those jewel nodes back up as they're very strong. But yeah, we've got a lot of talents here. Might be easier if I talk about the ascendancies first, both the regular one and the wildwood. So, occultist, what are we running on the occultist? So first of all, I wanted to pick Void Beacon, just to make it easy to kill things so they can't regen as much. Then Withering Presence, more chaos resistance, more chaos damage, big damage. Void Sphere is physical damage converted to chaos damage, so anything that increases your physical and chaos damage is insane. That, and you also put Withered on everything around you, which is why you might say, oh, increased effect of Withered, why'd I take that? It's because of this. Profane Bloom, I picked this one because, well, things blowing up. It's awesome. So yeah, big damage. Then the power charge one, I get more damage, more area of effect, and more power charges, which is really great because of my boots here, which automatically put me on the highest amount of power charges. So yeah, that's why I've picked what I've picked. A lot of the nodes you'll see here is kind of just for big juicy damage and recovery. You see my jewel. I'm using a Glorious Vanity. Has to be this one. 3560 to Tabaqua. Very nice passives it's added. Especially this one. Divine Flesh. All damage taken bypasses Energy Shield. That's not a downside. I don't have Energy Shield anyway. 50% elemental damage taken as chaos damage. Chaos resistance is my highest resistance anyway. And 5% to maximum chaos resistance. So yeah, wonderful. Alright, you can't see it there, but if I bring up this panel, my chaos resistance is currently 80%, and I'm overcapped. Fortunately, my other resistances are a bit lower, but that's something to work on later. My Wildwood Ascendancy, as I said I'd show you, but I just didn't. I got carried away. Currently, I've gotten 3/4 of the way through it, so I went straight for Sanguimancy. So we're spending life. We don't care about mana. Mana is awful. If there's anything that gives mana, don't take it. Cannibalize Faith. Yep. More physical damage. Very good. That all gets converted to chaos damage, of course, which means more Void Sphere damage. And then Crimson Power. No energy shield. So
I get life from my energy shield equips, which means energy shield's still a good stat, but it's yeah, it's basically just making it so I've got more life to play around with. Otherwise, without this, I would be falling over. But yeah, all your energy shield will be converted into life. We're not entirely sure if this works on percentage based stuff. Me and a friend have been testing it out a bit, but I'm a bit confused because sometimes it seems like it does, sometimes it seems like it doesn't. Other notables as well. Iron Will. So we're taking a lot of strength in this build because it's going to give us spell damage. Mage Bane. Dexterity is going to give us spell suppression. Which is why one of the masteries I take later on, you're going to see, okay, that's why he takes it. He wants the spell suppression. Unwavering Stance. You can't evade, but you can't be stunned. And yeah, like with dexterity not providing any bonus to evasion rating and the fact you can't evade anyway, it's like, oh well. Wah. Like, you've recouped quite a bit of life with this build as well, and with Val Molten Shell, when you get hit, then boom, it's just gonna hit them right back. Blood Magic, well, we've already taken all the negative effects from this by going into the Warlock tree, so what this just gives us is 10% more max life. It's like, why not? It's a very nice node to take, more life to play around with, so much better. Um, so yeah, if we're going to masteries now, we're taking extra life, over here. We've got, okay, some recoups there. We've got quite a bit of area damage over here. Uh, the low life at 55% max life or low, because you're only playing with like half of your total maximum life. And you got no mana and energy shield. So don't be scared. You do have quite a high effective life pool, to be fair. But you can still get quite rippy, so you gotta be careful. Um Duration mastery, so our void sphere is just gonna keep pulsing. Um Recovery mastery, more regen, allows us to keep up righteous fire. So yeah, there's a lot of these stuff which is just like, oh yeah, a lot more life, more strength. We've got something somewhere that gives us double damage. Yeah, there we go. Chance to do double damage, very good. Physical damage as well, very nice. Our other jewels, so the other main one is a natural instinct. This is basically giving us a lot more area of effect and area damage. Bit more life regen as well. We take these mana nodes so that we get rid of them and we get everything else around there. It's more life, strength, phys damage, mana regen, which does nothing, but the intelligence, beautiful. Cast speed, which doesn't really change anything. And yeah, more skill effects. And then yeah, we do unfortunately lose a bit of intelligence and strength. Of course, this doesn't change at all, but we take that for the life regen. And yeah, the life regen, as you can see, I have a total net recovery of plus 2 for life, as things currently stand. Which, yeah, it's a bit iffy, but um, yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I just realized you can't even see that, but behind my camera, yeah, with Righteous Fire active, we do have quite a low life recovery, so that's why we do have points into, say, here, where we get more life recovery from flasks, and our flasks recover faster. So yeah, yeah, it's very important, and if you can get a life flask which gives you charges back quicker, then amazing. Other jewels, we have some Abyss jewels which adds some extra damage to our spells and life. We kind of want them more for defenses. This one's a lot better. Adds physical damage, armor, life, and chance to avoid being ignited. Very good. That's more so what I'm looking for. Um, so yeah, now let's get into the skills. So this is Profane Bloom, of course, um, which is very effective at killing things, and will also come up a bit later. So I'll tell you what I'm aiming for later on. We've got Despair. That's in one of your unset rings, which gets auto applied. Very nice. Extra chaos damage you do. Very lovely. Zealotry, boom. You use this. Very nice aura. Because it's an eternal blessing, then no reservation. GG, easy. Vitality, Righteous Fire. I mean, let's be real. Do you need them linked? Nah. No, that's an aura. That's, I guess, kind of an aura as well. But yeah, Righteous Fire is going to buff your spell damage, so it's very nice. Vitality is going to keep you alive. You need it. Your Aura Helmet, you want an Enlightened support. I'm currently leveling my Enlighten. Of course, it takes a long time. Petrified Blood, Determination, Defiance Banner. Very, very good defensive auras. I'd highly advise running them. I don't know if you could fit Malevolence into this setup at some point for more damage, but for now, this is just go with that. Maybe you could put a Malevolence Charm on Huck and take the Atlas passive, which summons Huck when you open a Rogue thingy. But yeah, for now, that's good. Or maybe I wonder if there's a Spectre that could give you a good aura, and you could maybe drop Blade Vortex for a Spectre. Either way, we're not a minion build, so get out of here. We've got Blade Vortex, just a bit of extra damage. When something small comes near you, boom, you can just obliterate them. When you got to deal with a pack which isn't really worth hitting Void Sphere over and over and over again, just mow through it with Blade Vortex. You can deal some nice damage with it, but it's not your primary damage. It's kind of just a bit of extra bonus. We've got Molten Shell. I just know I do have Val Molten Shell. I don't know why the Path of Building isn't shown the Val version, but yeah, Val Molten Shell, Frostblink, and Void Manipulation. Big damage. You want Void Manipulation because there should be something in this build which means you can't do any elemental damage. So yeah. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it just makes it do some chaos damage. Just, yeah, like if you look at the tooltip for your Val Molten Shell while playing, it's like, oh, does XX chaos damage, and yeah, same for Frostblink. Shield charge again, more damage. Well, no, more mobility. Sorry, and yeah, yeah, you get some decent damage from this as well at some points when you're just clearing through the weak stuff. Ah, there we go. Here's my Val Molten Shell stuff. So yeah, that's yeah, that's what I'm running now. That one should be disabled. Goodbye. And then yeah, here's the Void Sphere of Rending setup. We have Void Manipulation, big Chaos damage, Concentrate effect. So we've got more area damage, but it's less area of effect. But because we have so much area of effect, it's like a I think it's 5 meter radius. Oh no, 3.1 meter radius. There we go. It says there on the left hand side. Control destruction. So we're ignoring crit. We don't want crit. As you saw on one of my duels, I do have crit, so it needs to be changed. But we don't want crit, but we do more consistent big damage. Life tap support, we're already spending life instead of mana, so it's just bonus damage. And yeah, it might be worth swapping this out for something else, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not 100% convinced on this. Maybe Cruelty or Empower might be better, but yeah. If any of you know, or could give a more informed answer in the comments, then greatly would appreciate that. And Spellblade as well. That's the last support, just big damage. Make sure you quality upgrade your weapon. I need some more tainted fusing or no, tainted blacksmithing things. Because yeah, corrupted scepter. But yeah, let's get into gear. So, what do we get? With this isn't the most perfect one, because of the added lightning damage, which does absolutely nothing for the build. But everything else we have on here, 25% total increased area of effect, 87% increased chaos damage, almost 300% increased physical damage, and increased skill duration on chaos skills. Void Sphere's Rending lasts longer. This gives us huge damage. Very nice. Of a free link of red, blue, green in that. That I won't talk about the links because you'll be able to see it in the path of building, which I will link in the description down below. Don't you worry. I have a Broken Faith Archon Shield, gives me more Ellie Res, gets me some Leech. I can't block as well, but it gives me a lot more armor, and it gives me Unholy Might with no energy shield, which how the Warlock's, what the Warlock's doing for me. I get Profane Ground instead of Consecrated Ground, which I'm not sure actually does anything for me, but no. Everything else is just so good. Then Crown of Thorns, I get even more power charges, which, as you could see by the Ascendancy, that's very big. Socketed Skill Gems, 90% cost of Reservation Multiplier, lovely. More Energy Shield, which actually becomes life. Reflects Sorry, my headset turned off. It's doing this. It's so buggy, and I can't do anything about it. But yeah, you get some more reflect, but you take a bit more damage, but you've also got pain attunement. So there's trade-offs, there's swings and roundabouts, but there's definitely some very nice points to Crown of Thorns. Um, Fourth Vow, yep. Physical damage taken bypass energy shield, where it doesn't matter. Increased armor is what we're going for. I don't think that increase to the energy shield actually does anything for us. Extra chaos resistance, which to be fair, we are overcapped. More life regen, and armor also applies chaos damage taken from hits. So yeah, armor is now a lot stronger for us, especially since we've got 80% chaos res, and like half the damage we take is converted into chaos. So amazing. What I've done with my gloves, I've added spell suppression with my influences, and I've got added physical dam with attacks. I've gotten resistances, but I need to add more resistances. And the life rolls and the energy shield rolls, they're great. If I could get them higher, then amazing. And, you know, I think there's room for 6 mods. I don't know if I could fit life regen on there, or more armor, or something like that. But if I could do one of those, then yeah, that would be what I'd go for. Just more defenses on our gear. Um, Amulet that allocates Fangs for Viper, which increases chaos and physical damage, and gives a bit of dexterity and movement speed. Very nice. We get some more attributes: strength and dexterity, increased spell damage, cast speed. Don't really care about. Energy shield ends up being more life. Maximum mana, that's bad. And the resistance, yeah, it's we could probably replace some nodes with some more resistance. But the way things are going, yeah, that's probably the first thing to replace at this point. We've got Ming's Heart, extra chaos resistance, uh, reduction to the maximum energy shield, which I still don't think actually changed anything. Reduced maximum life, which is a bit iffy, but it's worth it. If you get, well, yeah, there's about 63 total chaos resistance and 56% fizz damage as extra chaos damage, which is absolutely massive. Unset ring, mark of submission, just that's going to put the despair on things automatically, which is very nice. There might be a better way to apply it and then get a regular unset ring. So, yeah, if anyone knows something like that, then give me a shout. But as the build currently goes, you've got 7 buttons to be pressing. So you don't really have a spare slot for your despair. At least the 7th button I'm going to talk to you about will be in the future goals for the build. So, yeah. As it currently stands, there's 8 buttons. But yeah, as it currently stands, there's 7, but there will be 8. Stygian Vise giving me more attributes, energy shield, more defensive stuff. The mana needs to change, but mostly that's a pretty decent Stygian Vise. It's just the mana's the only bad thing on that. We could maybe get, I don't know, life regen or more resistances or something. Maybe more attributes. I don't know prefixes and suffixes off the top of my head. Then this one's just helping out with my elemental resistances, giving me some more damage while holding a shield, and some more life, so very nice. My flasks, all 20%ed, just your standard life flask. Got a nice little quartz flask, so I don't take a lot of curse effects. The current Quicksilver flask, which is currently making up for my lacking elemental resistances, and I will be re-rolling this when I've got my gear a little bit better. I've got a basalt flask for more armor and just being an absolute tank, and then we got a granite flask, even more armor, and a bit more shock avoidance. Oh, and as we get hit, boom, we're taking in more charges for this, so hopefully should keep lasting. So yeah, that's kind of the build as I've got it now. And now I'm going to show you how I want to, yeah, sure, I don't know what I did, but go on. Now I'm going to show you what I want to do with the build in future. So when I get to level 91, I am going to add a few more talents, but, most notably, we've got the, change to the Warlock, which I've been very excited to bring this one up. So I initially thought, what's the point of going for the fourth part of the Warlock? But Profane Bloom will have a decent interaction with Penance Mark, from what I gather. Because Penance Mark, when you hit an enemy that you put the mark on, can only put one mark, it will summon 3 phantasms. With like, at level 83, that's around 20k health they have. Now, all you have to do is press. Well, if they spawn in the Void Sphere of Rending, they'll die immediately. You don't even notice them. If they come nearby you when you've got Blade Vortex active, they still die. And I think even at level 85, they will die. So, with Profane Bloom, it's just, well, you get more damage. Like, what? That's an extra 5k per everything that explodes. So, every second you can have an extra 15k damage, which is yeah, plus 15k DPS, not bad. Gonna help you a little bit more on the bosses, and considering the fact that just about everything else for the Warlock seems very bad for this build, it's like, yeah, might as well. So next talent points. I don't know if I showed the area damage in the last build. Yeah, no, I think I did. But yeah, I do take area damage, but I might remove it just to go into these areas a bit faster. Solely because as your level goes up, your life regen does start going down a little bit. So once you've invested into this sort of these 5 points into the reservation stuff, it then goes back up and it's fine again. Um, but yeah, if you don't spec into these fast enough, I think around level 85, 86, then you will have to go and get some orbs of regret and go into it. Um, Otherwise you're just gonna die too quickly. Then yeah, we've got the extra strength stuff, which will give us more damage, and then some extra dexterity, which will give us more spell suppression. Which, yeah, I mean, big, very big. So yeah, that is sort of the changes I'd make to the skill tree. Um, as I've spoke about, I'd like to get my jewels and other equipment to have more resistances as well, and removing stuff like mana or the crit strike. So yeah, there's a few things to work on, and yeah, if anyone has any suggestions for furthering the build, of course, I am more than happy to hear about them. Because as I said, I'm not the most experienced PoE player. Don't even have 1,000 hours in the game. There's got to be honest. But this is what I've came up with. Um, I hope it works for you guys because I'm having a very good time playing it. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments down below, especially any of you who are experienced PoE players. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.